6.
11.
That's 3-1.
That will be difficult for me to, because that you can move there or no, it's difficult for
Would
me
you like
to
me
press to press the clock.
How's that?
No, let us. We'll try.
5-1.
But the time, why is time? The time is 33 minutes. Why?
Yes, that was
Usually
explained
it
to you
was
earlier.
22.
Yeah, but it's, I think that there's different parameters for this game.
Outside, please.
Okay.
Radu, move outside, please.
5-1. 5 and 1 there.
Why?
Okay.
Thank you, Nicholas.
I explain what I mean.
You press your clock.
Yeah. For me, 32.
3-2.
It's like
3-2. 6-3. 5-6.
Okay, welcome to the final of the UK Open 2022, and it's between Eric Westbrook and Neculai Axinte. Neculai now plays his backgammon in London, and Eric plays his backgammon in the Midlands. I want to make a special thank you to Galaxy, who have sponsored this event, and because Eric is registered blind and is making a fantastic performance, and that's why we have Mike Ireland calling out the dice. And I want to thank Galaxy, who have agreed to let this match be played on a smaller board, obviously not a Galaxy quality board, just to help Eric, because he's used to this board and it's lit specially for him, and it's got special checkers that make it good. So thank you very much, Galaxy. And as I was saying, Eric is registered blind, so he's put on a tremendous performance today, and we're trying to help him with calling the dice. But apart from that, he needs no help, and obviously you can tell how well he's playing. Neculai is an experienced player who I first met when I played for him for the UK against Romania in 2014. So I knew him before he came over to London. So first game going forward, and we have Eric Dublin. I also want to introduce you to my new friend, Art Benjamin, who is well known for his mathematics and backgammon prowess. We only met each other for the first time on Friday. We get on well, and we played together in the doubles team. So hello.
Hello, friend. It was great.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad I didn't presume too much in that. Thanks, Art. I appreciate it. So so this should be a good game, and I'm looking forward to your insights, Art.
For sure.
So where are we here? We've got both. We're not going to have any clock issues, I can tell you.
They are fast players.
That's right. So
you would think this was a speed game.
That's right.
The way they're playing here.
Okay, so now we have, wow. So we've got an interesting position already. So Neculai owns the 2 cube. White's got an attacking position, but he's got his problem of escaping the back checker. And here we go, first problem for Eric.
And you have to make the 5 prime.
Yes.
And you don't want to lose the 5 prime, so
I think he'll have to do that's right.
That's my play.
4-2.
Played carefully enough that we were able to actually think about it.
Yes. So of course it's at the point where Neculai decides whether he wants to redouble, and it's coming up quickly with that strong 5 prime that White's behind, because White can very often crash here.
That's right.
As soon as now will be quite a tough take for.
Oh yeah, right,
yeah.
right. This could be a double right here.
Yeah.
2-6.
Well, we've got
Oh
Eric.
my gosh. 6-2 from the bar and a dance now.
Have you got to click your clock?
No.
3-2.
Wow.
That turnaround.
So it's a good job because Art and me maybe come looking down the barrel of an eight cube now.
An
Yeah,
8-point loss. That's right.
But we're not. I'm sorry that we're going to struggle to commentate on this match. These guys play so fast, but we'll try our best.
2-6. Double 3.
So Eric is. Oh, he's looking like a 4-pointer already.
Yeah. I mean, when we say probably, I'm going to say, yeah. So my, I have a formula. I have lots of formulas.
Okay.
And my formula for.
Oops.
No, look at that.
So here we are, a massive roll really early.
Double sixes. Oh my gosh.
These two guys know how to play.
We know how they got into the finals. Just kidding. It's
Wow.
obviously they're both very skillful players, but boy,
This is showing what they could do.
you can see what they're capable
I'm
of.
interested in you. Okay, and Neculai is redoubled to 4 already. Oh my goodness.
He is.
This kind of looks like a tape to me.
Yeah.
It is.
You know,
This could well not be a long
my
match.
goodness.
Yeah.
So, but I'll give it to you anyway while this is happening.
All right.
Is with 2 checkers on the bar and P pips to travel outside,
Yeah.
then 40 plus 2P is.
And he's played that wrong. He's played that wrong. So, yeah. Okay.
6-1.
Neculai corrected him in his own inimitable style. And now Eric just needs a 6.
4-3.
Oh, he's not rolled it.
5-4.
5-4. Okay, so they've actually stopped to have a think.
Yeah, well, I think
That's
this is a good role to think about, right?
And it's an interesting one. Does he make the 4-point or the 3-point?
I like the play he's making.
The 3-point.
Yeah.
5-6.
Whoa.
Easy dance.
So
Double 3.
the dice have gone with Neculai after both trying to put in incredible performances with the dice.
4-6.
Daring him to roll a joker. Only one
Yeah, there's only
reasonable play. Yeah.
correct.
Double 1. 6-3.
And it is hard to win from a 3-point board when you're all crunched like that, even if you hit the shot.
If we get any time, I'm going to quiz you about that with the formula again. It just things are moving so fast.
For
I
sure.
don't get, so.
Sure, we'll do when we have a. If they
we
ever
get
let
to
us
an
catch
hour.
our breath.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yes, no problem.
4-1. Double 3.
Still very unlikely to win a gammon from here.
Oh, he's going for it though.
But you may as
That's
well.
right,
When the
that's a
board
good
is crunched like that,
Yes, absolutely.
there's no real downside to losing.
Nice play from Neculai.
5-3. 5-1.
And that's 4 points
3-1.
to Neculai. Nobody did anything massively wrong, but that could easily have been match over if easily. So it's 4-0 to Neculai. So could you just go through that formula again? So when you've got
so if you have 2 checkers on the bar and all your checkers are on the inside, your chance of losing a gammon is, I believe, 38%.
Right.
Just shy of 40. When you have P outside pips to bring home,
right,
especially if they're like, say, on the midpoint,
yes,
then the formula is 40 plus 2 times P,
Right.
all the way up to 80%. So if
Yes.
you have 20 pips on the outside, then we would be 80%.
Yeah.
Beyond the 80% mark, it goes up by 1%.
1% at a time.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's now keep it now in the position that we were looking at. Neculai had checkers on the 7, 8, and 9. Even though that's 12 pips to bring home, there will be wastage.
There will be wastage,
So,
as we learned about this morning.
so you don't often see much in the way of wastage, but there is a situation where you might add another 4 pips or so to that. So with 16 outside pips to bring home, I would say 30%.
So very briefly to everybody, 40% plus pips to get home times 2.
Yeah,
is that right?
With 2 checkers on the bar.
With 2,
very different
with 2
with 1
checkers.
checker on the bar.
And what's that? What's the formula with 1 checker on the bar? Is it?
It depends on it's sort of 3 pieces to it.
Right.
If you have less than like 14 pips, let's say 2 checkers on the midpoint to bring home, then each pip costs you 1.5%.
Okay.
Starting from 0. It's
So
like 0.
I was looking for something really simple to advise our audience.
Well, maybe
I'll
instead of a formula, you just remember the benchmark. So it's 1.5p up through 20%.
Yes.
All right. If you have 24 outside pips, you're at 50%.
Okay.
And if you have 40 pips outside, you're at 80%. So you can work through those benchmarks.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Alex. So we're again interesting position. We've got they're flying through this game. The speed is absolutely rocket pace. So Eric has just taken a minute to actually consider a roll here, which gives us time to. And he's looking at the 2 in the air, two on the bar, better by 4. Is it going to work this time?
Play,
yeah. And then we've got 2-1.
2-3.
And so this is the benefit of the aggressive play, in that even when you get hit, you still end up making the really valuable point.
Mm-hmm.
And now, straightforward, we get a 6-5, make the advanced anchor, and we're on the right track. 5-4, counter an advanced anchor with an advanced anchor, and they've done it. Absolutely. Now, Neculai is now a tough decision with the 4-3. I don't like the look of it to me. I think he should just play safe. Yeah, and he's got it. So Neculai obviously can play this game. So well played. And we've now got a 6-2. So I think I mentioned in the previous commentary, Mitch has shown us that these kind of games, when there's an advanced anchor for either side, never mind both sides, the play is surprisingly safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be boring. Mutual holding games, no fireworks. Just wait for someone's going to roll doubles, and we kind of wait for that to happen.
3-2.
Yeah.
So we've got a quick.
6-1.
Red seems to be slightly ahead in this race. But nobody's doubling until much less contact than this.
Right. Here's an interesting one. Do you cover the ace point, or do you go down 13-6, which is maybe a smoother distribution?
I prefer this distribution, yeah.
1-1.
1-1, and we make the 4-point nicely.
2-1.
2-1. Now, I find these quite hard. Do we keep the checker on the 8-point? I think we do.
Yeah, Mochi or Michi refer to it as an island formation when all the checkers on the outside have only 2 points, and that's a particularly inflexible, vulnerable position. So when in doubt, avoid putting yourself into that island formation. Even 1 checker spare is considered somewhat inflexible.
And that's why, and this is the exact situation that Neculai finds himself, and you can see how awkward it can be. He's putting out some interesting plays. He's
pretty aggressive. He's taking advantage of those 2 blocks.
Yes.
Looks like a cocked die.
6-2.
6-2.
Oh, but that's good.
Wonderful.
That's a wonderful roll. So because it's so strong, he definitely hits and covers.
For sure. Now the question is
3-2.
2.
Oh.
All right, we should pause and look at
That's
the
right,
race
yeah.
and stuff. So White has
Single shot as well. And
it's a single shot. It's got to be a double. You just have
Yes.
the market losers, right?
Yeah, this is, yeah.
I mean, I mean, just without even counting, you had 11 numbers that were big market losers, especially after a dance, and you're doing reasonably well otherwise. O'Hagan's law would say that's a prescription for a double.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Oh, and now he doubles when Neculai, a much harder position. But anyway, I noticed in the he doubles extremely early against holding game situations, and he's been successful for it. So will he carry on that? And this is the kind of play Eric's been making all weekend. Let's hope that it carries on. We'd love a close game in this final, and
you have to bring the two down.
Absolutely, it's a joker roll, the double three.
No.
It's not even a consideration not to bring the two down.
Yeah, that could be right.
Well done.
5-3.
5-3. Neculai. Yeah, he's correct. I'm about 3 seconds behind Neculai.
All right, well, that's a great roll.
Yeah. So
for Eric.
There's nothing to think about. This just plays itself. It plays itself. Yeah.
Well, the first thing you do is you clear you're winning this race, so you clear the 10 point.
Yeah.
And then you make the 2 point because you want to have a 5 point board, and then you might think about the last 4.
Yeah, it's a good tip that Art is kind of saying, which is when you roll a double, especially, and even sometimes when you roll an overplay, if there's a part of it that's absolutely forced, do that first. And he's not played that well.
I do not know what his plan is.
So what he's taking advantage of the Cinderella point, but it's not the right thing to do in this instance.
Look at all those bad sixes, like 2-6. Oh, I see what he was doing because that point was 7 away.
Yes, he overvalued the Cinderella point, which is the one we call 7 away, is a fantastic point to have. But that was an example that was slightly overvalued.
Yeah. Why is it called the Cinderella point?
Pretty, I suppose. I don't know why. That's the only thing I can say. But it's a nice name. I like the name.
I would hope it had something to do like running away from the wall or the board or the
not being in the.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder what else.
I mean, you know why Cinderella was kicked off the football team?
Oh, go on, why?
She ran away from the ball.
Really?
Yes.
And we're trying to think if there's an even better reason why. Oh, and suddenly with Eric's dice, there's some gammon chances. Not much, but there is some now. Right. So if anybody knows why the Cinderella point is called the Cinderella point, even though it's a great, we agree it's a great name, regardless of.
It's always good to have mnemonics for those things.
And so what is good about the Cinderella point is that it's as easy to clear as the ones 5 and 6 away, and yet when you leave a shot, it's only an indirect shot. So it's a great point to own when you're trying to clear against an anchor or a back game actually as well. It's not just back game. So a big double now, and we're okay. So no. That's really painful for a mathematical player.
It's going to be especially painful. He rolls double threes here.
It's okay. You got away with it.
Sometimes you wonder if the dice gods will watch you and make you pay for your mistakes.
So but serious, what we were laughing at then was that especially people like Art and myself who think about these numbers all the time, you have to make all your best plays play. So it was very clear to Art and myself that you made double threes successful. There was no downside to it, even if it's only a 1 in 36 chance. When there's no cost, of course, that's what we do, and that's why we reacted to that play by Eric so violently. So good. That's brought the game a bit closer. We're now at 4-2. So let's hope for it. It's looking like it could come up to a good match. 3-2. 4-2, and nice 4-2.
3-1.
Plays itself 3-1. Not quite as easy, certainly for me, even though it was 4. And 5-4 for Eric. Oh, he's hit the wrong one.
Oh, illegal.
So Neculai will put him right.
Okay,
He has
good.
done, yeah.
And by the way, do they play with a legal moves requirement? I mean,
yes.
if you spot your opponent making an error,
You have to,
compelled
yeah.
to. But that's how we
right.
play in the U.S., and that's the way it should be.
Oh, that's an interesting discussion. We won't bore everybody because I'm not for that rule. So we'll have a good chat about that later.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't.
I've watched a lot of players and tournament directors evolve, mostly in the direction of agreeing that it's a good thing to have legal moves.
Yeah.
But certainly there are people who are skeptical who say it only protects the dishonest player.
Yes,
right?
and it costs the honest player. Yeah.
Yet I'd like to elevate our sport and think that this is a game where the presumption is that we are playing honorably.
These two guys, and interestingly, these two guys have reached the final of the UK Open. They are not scared of the Dublin Cube. That is a good tip for a lot of people out there. Especially when you're playing good players, be even more confident with that Dublin Cube. Make them, put the pressure on them. When I'm playing somebody that I feel I'm a bit better than, you don't want to be facing difficult doubling decisions. Right. You want, and so rather than respect good players, make them suffer. They're the ones that they're the ones that are scared of these cubes. So another interesting game. So Eric's doubled again. Like I say, Eric's a very aggressive doubler, and you can see why. And now he's just got to bring this home against the 3-point. Right, this is absolutely makes a 7 point here. There's no question.
That's the Cinderella point.
He might love that Cinderella point so much.
To do that.
Well played, Eric.
I don't like this. The dice doesn't roll. Only look like this.
Oh,
it's not.
Neculai's not happy with Eric.
He's probably
right. We need to get. If there's nobody strong in the tournament director's room, I'll go and.
Yeah, but that doesn't work.
No, there is. It sounds like there's somebody. And you just check there's somebody strong in the tournament director's room.
When you say strong,
firm with the players.
I'm guessing that he felt that he rolled the joker and that he would like to see his dice shaken more vigorously.
And that just needs somebody firm to explain what he should do and just checking that it's okay.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't notice anything, but I mean, Neculai has a point. If there is, it can be put. It's locked. Okay, we'll leave it. It looks like it's being handled okay. If there's any problems, we'll get one of the leading players. I don't like to see these arguments going on. So it's there isn't much to disagree about here. It's straightforward that. Eric must shake his dice, and he seemed to be shaking his dice to me. But even if he's not shaking them to Neculai's satisfaction, he just needs to shake them a bit harder. But my first instinct was that there was nothing to complain about. I can see. I would like him to slightly shake more. So I do see. I don't think Neculai's being awkward there. I think. I can see where he's coming from, but so yeah, Andrew's on the right track. He's asking him to shake thoroughly. So hopefully that'll be the end of that matter.
I think I heard somewhere that says it's appropriate to give it 3 shakes, 1, 2, 3. Then anything less than that is not quite proper.
I'm with you there. I think that's right.
So.
I just don't want to see any arguments on this because it's clear-cut ruling from both, on both sides. Neculai is allowed to say something, and but he's not allowed to. But if Eric's doing it right, that's the end of the matter. And that's just. I'm just keen that gets firmly. We don't want a bad atmosphere in the final of our most prestigious event of the year. So let's go. Let's hope that that's the end of that matter.
I am used to lay the dice for the opponent because we
play
one.
I promise
okay.
We do understand. That's why you've got more time. It's fine.
That's why.
That's fine.
5-4.
If there's a break, I'll go and have my 2 penneth. But let's watch Eric shaking. My feeling is he's doing it right. He just needs to shake up and down 3 times. 2, 1, 2, 3. He's done it. Yeah, there's much worse than that.
Maybe
yeah.
even not shake it towards the bar, which I think makes it a little bit less of a random roll. So I think Neculai was saying to shake it away from the bar.
Okay. That's nice.
4-1.
Yeah, it's a tiny
Awkward
bit
roll, but I
awkward,
think
yeah.
you have to play it that way.
Yes.
What are your bad numbers? Double
Oh,
6,
big numbers.
double
Big.
5, 6, 4.
Neculai
4-1.
doesn't believe in searching for plays. He sees them instantly and plays them.
4-3.
4-3.
3-2.
3-2. Plays itself. Clear the back point.
5-2. 5-2.
5-2. Now, that's an interesting question because on the one hand, against a 3-point anchor, you want to tend to clear the 6 point at your first opportunity. On the other hand, the race is reasonably close, so taking 2 checkers off is better for the race.
That's what I would have chosen for the same reasons as you said.
But it's something to think about. If he had a bigger racing lead, then I think the safer play would be to clear the 6 point.
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah. I might have run here, right?
It's a concept,
I think you're basically staying back and breaking your board for the hope of getting a 6-2 or a 5-2 followed by.
Oh, there we go, double 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wouldn't you like to have had an extra
checker off
crossover in that, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's legal rules.
Yeah.
Double 6.
Okay.
2 points.
Oh, we've given
Yeah,
out.
they just was easy. They're not even going to think about this.
Oh dear.
4-4.
It's a bit of grumpiness. Anyway, let's hope that this atmosphere calms down a tiny bit.
And you're a gentleman.
So we're now at 4-all, which is a 7-point match for the title of UK Open champion. Very prestigious title, both, and I can see both aggressive players. It's not going to be a long match, but it's the way they've played aggressively that I'm sure that's seen them through the field. Some top players have been in the field today, this weekend. 3-1. So a useful tip to everybody as you're improving: be aggressive with the cube. Play to win, don't play not to lose.
Did you play these players along the way? I didn't
play either of them, no. But would you agree with that tip about going play to win rather than don't play not to lose?
Yes, in fact, I played some intermediate players in the warm-up.
Yeah.
And I said, would you like some advice?
Yeah.
Afterwards, and I said, yes, I love it. I said, double more often, take more often.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're very timid, you're going to lose, and if you're more aggressive, you're going to win more.
Good. Yeah. Eric seems to be playing extremely fast as well, which we've had this a couple of times. People getting sucked into it's so easy when your opponent plays really fast to get sucked into playing.
They make the bar points.
Yeah, you have in this instance you have more time. Exactly, we're playing plays that are just really difficult plays on impulse, and if you play somebody like Neculai who plays really fast, you don't get any reward for playing any less than 12 seconds, which is the standard time setting. Just play to your own pace, whatever suits you, and don't feel obligated to try and match the speed.
Exactly. And I agree with the last play that White made, which is contradictory to what, you know, leaving more shots here when he could have made the bar point earlier. Playing super safe.
So 6-1. Wow, does he play with 3 blocks in the outfield in order to get the rack? That's an interesting decision.
All right, my vote would be 11-5, 6-5. In some ways, you're duplicating the 6-4, which would be a good roll for him.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so it's not that blot on the 13 point is not as vulnerable as you think. So
Double 4.
The blot survives.
And
6-4.
6-4. You can see from Eric's position is he's paying the price for not having made either the 4 or the 7. I'm not saying which one was correct earlier on, but if you go too long without making points, you end up in this situation, and that's not.
I would have made the 4
worth
point.
it. Yeah.
Is it a double?
Even so, it's still this is a trivial take. A trivial take with a 4-point anchor. Well played, Eric. You found it. 6-5. Now let's.
We got 14 numbers that hit, but none of them did.
These two players are really aggressive with the cube. Good. That's good. You can't. That's good to see. So I'd lower the 3 point even at the cost of. It's very close, but I usually prefer the flexibility rather than. It's getting the balance right between flexibility and points in the right order. XG tries to teach us which is most important. These guys are playing fast, and in fact they're rolling a bit too quickly for.
5-3.
5-3. And we just bring our checkers in. White has got some outside racing chances with a really well-timed big double, so shouldn't throw those chances away.
And yet, what do you think about saving the 6 as he did in that situation?
I would say that because White's res board is so weak, we can use that.
You can run,
accept it, yes.
But you have to look at the race, right? So White has, we can see 89 pips.
Okay, so now there's no way you can make this play without counting.
Right.
So people think you can guess how it. There's nothing else. You have to think. It looks on first glance that it's a run.
It does.
But
how you run is right. I mean, exactly. so let's look. White had 89 pips. Just rolled double 3, makes it 77. Red has 38, 39, 73, but I'm going to call that 75 because of that extra checker on the ace point. Right. I penalized those checkers 2 pips. So it's like 79 to 75. Red is a favorite here, but on the other hand, you don't win by breaking your board. You don't. Red has some distributional challenges.
Well played, Eric. You got it right, though. So well played.
Yep.
But there's no way you can make plays like that without counting
the pips.
Okay, so let's hope some big numbers for Eric to make it exciting.
Right. By the way, it's a 7-point match at this point. 7 away, 7 away. White owns the cube. Forgive me for just using white and red instead of the names of the players. Right, it's easier for me that way. And has to always be thinking about the doubling cube. This is a kind of score where, because it's exactly even, it's a money-ish double. That is, you can treat the cube like you would for money.
And Eric stocks. So let's get an exact count.
Okay, so I get 60. Well, for white it's 60.
Right, 60.
And what do we have here? It looks like 50 is the exact count. Let's call it 52.
Yeah.
Because of the penalty of that ace.
So we're not cubing yet.
Right.
But the point is, we need to be aware really close. We need to have our finger on the trigger here. But obviously, when you realise you're 8 pips behind, the trigger.
And now
is
you can
on
sort of do a running count.
Yeah.
So you were 8 pips behind, now you're 1 pip behind. You're down 1.
But
Now you're down 7.
we are, but white is a lot more favoured of being down 7 points generally though in this position.
That's now it's 0.
Yeah. Is there only how many checkers are on the ace point?
There were 3. Now there are none.
Okay.
So now, so white rolled 4 pips, but you lose
Yes.
that 2 pip penalty because there's nothing on the ace point anymore. All right. So it's almost like getting 6 pips.
3-1.
Right. Again,
3-1.
white has to not just instantly roll.
Right.
Should think.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
So white has a pip count of 39 versus
This is
36.
This is much too quick, Eric. Yes. He has so much time. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't have doubled, but I would have thought about it.
Okay, so we need to stop here, or at least it's stopped. Okay, so we're 12 ahead.
Oh my gosh. And here's one of those
It's
times
too
when
late,
you
yeah.
just feel like, "Oh, maybe I should have doubled."
No, it's too.
Oh, and now he's complaining
He can't
because of the way
complain,
the dice were rolled.
Yeah.
He's saying you have to roll it like this, not like that.
Do they ask them if they want me to come into the room? Project. Right, were you going to say, yeah? Do you want me to go in? I'm just going to go and have a word.
Okay. And the board keeps the camera's moving a lot. Yeah.
I put the dice until the
No, I appreciate it didn't roll across the board like Eric normally does, but it still was shaken and rolled.
one is the shaken, one is the full.
Could have come out with a turn away, honestly.
You need a little.
We just want to check whether that was illegal.
It was a legal roll. Without,
So here's an interesting question. I'll take I'll join the camera here. Suppose
when you roll in, you must. Oh no, there's no question about that was roll. It was too late.
suppose red rolls double sixes from this position. Now it's white on roll with in a 2-roll position against a checker on the 5 and the 4. Well, that can't be a double. That's not even a double if there were 4 checkers on the ace point. So having a checker on the 5 and the 4 is much better than 4 checkers on the ace point. So on the other hand, what if red rolls double 5s here? Does white have the ability to double there? Maybe so. All right, so
5-1 that was.
Okay, your clock is now running, Eric.
Is this
all right, I think that's it for this game.
Not this time. Yeah, we'll make a break now.
Okay, you have 5-minute break.
So scores 6.
Well, we're hoping that that's the end of the matter. Eric is told, everybody seems to be in agreement now, so hopefully that'll be the end of the matter. If it happens again, Andrew will be watching. Eric shakes his dice, makes sure, and he will call at any time he doesn't shake the dice up and down 3 times as clear. But I've seen a lot worse than this, and I'm with Eric, and he knows where he is, and hopefully that will ease the questions and the right and wrong of the matter. It doesn't need debating anymore. Andrew's going to take over. Andrew fully understands what's required. Basically a 3 up and down shake plus a firm throw. And if Eric doesn't do it properly, Andrew is going to
The Backgammon Galaxy mobile app. Star membership, high analysis, blunder database, private games, coin games, rating games, and much, much more. Improve your backgammon skills by reading the best books on the market, available on Amazon. Links in the description below.
Hey guys, this is Mark Olsen from Backgammon Galaxy. In this video, we're going to show you the Adventure board, which is one of the new boards from the Backgammon Galaxy collection. The idea of this board is luxury travel. That's the concept of this board. For those of you guys like me who don't want to play at a lousy little travel board, we designed this board so you get the full luxury experience even though you're just playing on a small travel board. So let's have a look. It has this beautiful black frame. We covered it with leather so that it can take some scraps here, no problem. And let's open it up and have a look at this beautiful board. So it comes with this super cool, travel-friendly checker box. Let's open it and you know what, let's put it over here. And the checkers are 35mm checkers, so they're smaller than a regular tournament board. But you still get exactly the same high quality checkers as you do on the Earth board or the Void board. They're beautiful, these checkers. Small, travel friendly, a joy to play on. I personally don't like playing backgammon on all these cheap little travel boards, so this board is just perfect, you know, if you're going to the beach club or to a cafe, or you just want to hang out with your wife or girlfriend, have a quick game. I think this is the perfect board. We kept all the luxury details, the design, the checkers. It even comes with these proper cups here and a beautiful doubling cube. The dice, as you can see, it's a real luxury backgammon board. You know, it's just smaller dimensions. Can you play a big tournament on this board? You could, but it's a little bit small. But you could because of the high quality. But that's not what this board was meant for. We maximized portability and luxury. And yeah, we're very proud of this board. Let me show you how small this board actually is. Here we have a comparison. This is the Void board in the background, and this is the Adventure board in the front ground here. As you can see, this is so much smaller. You can have it in your backpack or your beach bag. So easy to carry around. You can just grab it by under the arm, and it doesn't weigh much, and yeah, it's just incredibly beautiful from the outside as well. It comes in 3 different colors, I believe. We might make more color combinations in the future, but for now, we have the green Earth board as well. And then, of course, we have the Galaxy Neptune blue. Yeah, so it comes in different color combinations. I'm very happy with this board. I used it several times during the recent year. It's just a pleasure to finally have a luxury portable travel board to carry around. So that's all for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Where is Mishi, guys? I'm ready to roll the dice. Hey, Mishi! Mishi! Hello, everybody. I'm Ali Çetin Belene. I'm part of UBC Contender 2022. And now you see me with a white board, which is my favorite board, actually. The best thing that I like this board is the checkers. It feels like a stone, man. And also, I like simple design here, and I also like the sound when the dice hit the frame or checkers hit the frame. I really can't wait for the next year UBC to play with these lovely boards. Bye everybody.
What's up, backgammon fans? In this video, we're gonna show you one of the coolest products that we have in the Galaxy web shop. The new doubling cubes. And look at this cool little box that it comes in. It comes in 3 different colors: the Earth, the Neptune, and the Moon cube. So let's have a look at them one by one. The Earth cube, it's beautiful and custom made with the G for Galaxy. It's really, really cool. And the Earth board colors, obviously. Then we've got the Neptune in the Neptune colors. And then we've got the Moon, which is this grayish doubling cube. Like, I think this is probably some of the coolest doubling cubes ever made. They're up for sale right now in the Galaxy web shop. So why don't you go in and place an order for these amazing cubes. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you next time.
The Backgammon Galaxy mobile app. Star membership, high analysis, blunder database, private games, coin games, rating games, and much, much more.
What's up, backgammon fans? This is a video about the Galaxy Dice Tower. It's lightweight, it's compact, it's made of this nice material. It unfolds very easily. Let me show you how. You insert your hands here, you hold the sides, and you press.
Okay, would you like to be reminded of the...
There we go. That's it. It's live. So welcome back to the UK Open. I have with me my fellow commentator, Art Benjamin. He of Mathemagic's fame and top US player. Won the tour in the 1 year I competed in it. You might not remember me in my distant 3rd place.
Well, you did well. I think you edged out Ray Fogerland by a fraction of a pip, or maybe it was the other way around.
Well, I don't. If I beat Ray, that would be great news. I hope he's listening to this, but it would make my year finishing above Ray if I did. I know at one point I was ahead of him. Okay, so I've got my so obviously Art, as well as his fame for Mathematics, has got a great tournament record as well. So we're and a Hall of Fame member, I believe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, just this
honor and a pleasure.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're now, there's a tiny bit of controversy about dice rolling that we think we're on top of. Andrew is acting as a match arbiter and will call as early as possible if he feels that Eric isn't rolling properly, or Neculai, and hopefully that will be the end of the matter. 5-1. It wasn't great, was it? Anyway, so let's okay, so 5-1. So a bit of an advantage here for whites that's now been equalised. At least absolutely positively equalised, and maybe move forward. So 5-3 for white. The cube's still in the middle, and white needs to bring one of his back checkers at least
to the 4 point,
and maybe even all the way.
But there's also the feeling that once you start the ace point, you should make it. So I would have gone 6-1, 24-21.
Of course, that's the play. I didn't see the 5-1, which is the natural play. You know, white has got to be careful not to get those back 2 checkers stuck. And absolutely, he goes with one of them.
I think you have to. Well, there's no any other play is destructive. So
yeah.
If red builds a prime, white only wants to have 1 checker behind the prime, not 2.
Nice play from Eric.
And a lot of the aces are well duplicated anyway. So
yes.
red has great uses of aces already. So like a 6-1.
Exactly.
You know, that's
and Neculai goes on to the attack straight away, which again, Eric has got much a stronger board. Now this is interesting. Red has got and Neculai
we do
doesn't
see a lot
around.
of quick cubes in this game, and this may be right.
I think so.
You know, he's trailing by 2 pips, so you have to be more aggressive in any position that could get gammonish, and this one could.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, it's a 1-point board, so
against a 3-point board, so I think it's a clear take because of the board strength. But again, we're seeing good cube action. He's passing. I think that we'll find that one was a take, even with the score.
Yeah. I mean, if it had been what can I say? If it was even the take was questionable for money, well then you would drop the score. But it's such a clear take for money. I think it had to be.
I agree with you. Yeah. And so now it's 6-5 to 11. There's no time issues for either player. They play at rocket speed, making it life difficult for us commentators, but we're trying our best.
2-1.
Right.
2-1. Now, do we slot here?
I'm okay with not.
No.
But I can
double 4. Wow. All choices. So take your time here. There's no way you can play these plays so quickly. Really difficult plays. Really difficult. The only good thing is that whatever you do is going to be good. But it's what will be best is the most important question. Okay. And this is intriguing position. So Red has got a lot of advantages. And I'm quite surprised he hasn't doubled.
Given his quickness to double.
But there is a lot of things that Neculai is very aware of. It is good. You know, he's completely open that the 4 and 5 points are open, and which is the big weakness in Red's position.
Right.
So Neculai obviously has been playing backgammon for years and knows the game. Okay, so white. Okay, so dances. So now here we are.
Clear double.
And it's clear double, and now the score is a lot different than it was before. Now he's 6 away, and this can make a difference. This was a tougher take than the previous. Oh, he's passing. So at least he's being consistent.
Yeah.
So we're now down to a 5-point match for the title. And what is Neculai not happy about something again?
You want to discuss a deal between you?
I want to discuss a deal now. 6-6.
It's all on.
You want or not?
Sure. Okay. Can you just bear with me a second?
Like I said, that
it's just being streamed for a minute. So I'll need to
Right. Andrew's taking control, hopefully.
So
Yeah.
Score is 6-all.
You might be going to get me. Oh dear.
5 seconds on the clock.
We can't have this.
30 minutes and 15.
There's a chance. Yeah.
Nicolai,
Do you want to swap?
They just want to talk about a deal.
Do you want to swap? Right.
No, they want to talk about a hedge.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
And they want.
We didn't want it on the stream.
Oh, they don't. So have we paused it, and are we?
I don't know.
Okay. So they're just having a chat on more about doing a deal for the title, which is completely acceptable in backgammon terms. You know, there's the winner gets substantially more than the runner-up, and it's quite normal for them to agree a deal between the two players. What they're going to do, I don't know. Anyway, I'm pleased the chatting pleasantly.
Has turned to more mundane.
Exactly, more mundane. Exactly.
The discussions than.
Yeah.
Is that all done?
No, they haven't.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it looks like you might have missed what I was saying there. If I'm repeating myself, sorry. They've just had a quick chat, sorting, or they seem to be still in the process.
Did they say they wanted
having
to
a deal?
Did they want you to come by as a?
No, no, just.
They weren't asking for you to be a witness, but just.
So we're not quite certain what's going on. We believe and hope that they're just still negotiating as to a deal between the two players.
Right, so it becomes a 5-point match, and how do you think of a 5-point match different from, say, the beginning of an 11-point match?
I don't think much different. The big difference that I'm always aware of is the cube action, and specifically that in race type positions that you don't double quite as you don't double as aggressively, and you take deeper. That's the biggest thing. But the minute it turns into either a gammonish type position or on the route between the two, then you go completely the other way, and that you have to play safer. So I can tell by I'm getting pleasant nods from my master co-commentator, so I must be talking sense here.
That's exactly how I think of it.
Brilliant.
In a race or a non-gammonish position, you take points about 20%.
Yeah.
So that would mean in a race, you might be able to take 1 pip deeper than normal.
Yes. Yeah.
And that would mean you should double about 1 pip later than you normally would. But the gammon price at 5 away, because the gammon takes you to Crawford, is instead of the gammon price being a half, and here I have to apologize, I don't know if it's 0.6 or 2/3 or 0.7, but it's somewhere in that region. Let's call it 2/3. So that means the gammons have a little more sting in them than they would have at a normal score.
Exactly. So it's quite, and being aware of that, whichever system you use or however you're doing it, but just being aware of it will really help your cue. Another thing that people generally do, though, less than the intricacies that Art and myself were just talking about there, was people become careful going towards the finishing line. That's totally the wrong way. You want to be actually more aggressive as you see the finishing line, not more careful. And it's a common misconception that people see the finishing line. And my analogy is you don't try and hold your opponent back from getting to the finishing line. You reach out for the finishing line. So without the intricacies of what Art and myself were just discussing, that's a general tip that's a lot easier to understand. So just generally, as you're going down to 5, 4, 3-point matches, just be that more aggressive. That's when, of course, we're getting when you're level or behind. When you're ahead, especially when 2 away, 3 away, or 3 away, 4 away, unfortunately, the opposite occurs.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. If you're 2 away, then unless your opponent is 4 away, and assuming neither of you are going to win gammon, so this is a very ungammonish position, their take point is actually a little higher than normal. So, 2 away versus 3 away, their take points like 26%, not your usual 22%.
Wow.
It's like 26%. 2 away, 5 away, it's 23%. 2 away, 6 away, it's also 23%. It's all about, unless it's 2 away, 4 away, and then it's like 19%. All right, because their recube is very, very efficient, right? But most people, they're 2 away. I don't want to send the cube because it's going to come back to me, and we're going to play for 4. But guess what? That's, as you say, you're reaching for the finish line. You have as much to gain, if not more, than your opponent for those extra points.
And 2 away, 3 away, especially, I believe. Once there's no gammon,
again, if there's any gammons, don't double, because now you're throwing away your gammon.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But
in sheer races, I think you're actually more aggressive, aren't you? As you were saying.
As I said, that generally when you are when the doubler is an even number of points away, that take point goes up just by a little bit, by a percent or so, enough to make a difference.
I remember when I first found out about 5 or 6 years ago that at 2 away, 5 away, the cube action is very similar to a neutral score. I just couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. It just was so counterintuitive. But perhaps you could explain why it's even though you're scared of your opponent grabbing and re-shipping to 4. Have you got a feel for why that is? Not just my brief explanation.
Part of it is, is that when the trailer is is 4 away, they can be very aggressive with the cube.
Yeah.
You know, it's and when the opponent is 3 away, you know, obviously you'd rather be 3 away than 4 away, but the way the match equities work out, there's not a giant difference between them. So when you have, so you're doubling and taking them, instead of going 1 point from 5 away to 4 away, they go to 3 away. It isn't all that much different.
We're gonna have a good conversation later about I've got some ideas
we'll talk
about how we value 3 away, 4 away, and is there a way of actually putting a number on it that's got any sense, that makes any sense?
That's a very tricky score.
Yeah.
All right, but here we are at 5 away, 5 away.
Okay.
Does it change your checker play much at all?
It doesn't change mine.
Mine either, right? You still play your normal.
It's
game.
only on gammon go and gammon save big gammon go and gammon save that I'd change my checker play.
That's great.
Okay, so 5-3 here for white. So just getting the 5 point gives white. Well, he had it, but now of course red has the roll, and this is a very evenish position. I would slightly prefer red, I think. So it's still 5 away. We're nowhere near a cube now because it's still an even game. Just getting the 5 point for white really changes the dynamics of the position.
I might have made the 3 point there, and I would have thought about it.
Okay, so we're going to play 4, and red's going to get his back checkers moving, but white's got an attack, and I think white is going to have to go. Would ideally like to go forward.
Tough position. Will you make the 2 point here?
Yeah, I think he has to, because the problem with going, you can't hit loose because of the stronger board of red. So, and there's no natural 4 either. So I think we'll just improve the board and see what happens.
2-1.
Wow, not easy.
You have to grab the anchor.
1.
Ooh, interesting.
I do like Neculai, and both of these players are very aggressive players, and it's obviously served them well. Okay.
I like that.
Right, the 4 point, yes.
5-4.
Right, and now red has got a distinct advantage now, and unless something big happens for white, this is a strong double now. In fact, it's so strong. It's so strong. It's probably a take, because there's no way to play this play well, I don't think. I think I'm passing this at the score because, yes, I think I'm passing at this score. No, but Eric's taken.
4-1.
So let's see how he does.
Oh no! Yes, I would use that 4 to come out, right?
Yes,
I mean, it's never going to be comfortable to leave, but so the best time to do it is when you're on the bar, and they won't have nearly as many returns.
Okay, so
maybe glad he didn't with that, but you can't think that way. 16 rolls where he would have.
This is tough now. So Neculai has to really go for glory here. He is, Neculai can play backgammon. There's no question about that.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
This could.
Wait, is that legal? No, it wasn't legal, right? He's got a, notice what finger he's pointing at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so this is.
Double 1.
Oh, whoa. So now white is just playing to save the gammon. Nothing else should be going through his mind. He just plays as safely as possible and just hopes that the 3 point anchor will. Oh, he's just got one other way of winning, as I say that. Oh, dear.
Probably minimize shots.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So that's well played.
4-3.
It's
okay. This is looking.
right.
I mean, white actually doesn't want. White doesn't want to come on here. Surprisingly.
I'll give you a statistic here.
Oh, great.
With 2 checkers, an ace point game with 2 checkers gets gammoned about 15% of the time.
Yeah.
You put a 3rd checker on the ace point, a well-timed ace point game.
A well-timed one.
Gets gammoned about 35% of the time. You get 4 checkers on the ace point, it's now up to 50% of the time.
Right.
So, So white is about 50% to get gammoned, maybe a little higher because red can be a little more aggressive once white has a crunched board.
Okay, and I learned this a few years ago off Julian Fetterline, how to bear in against an ace point, and I teach it myself. We're looking to make pyramids here on mountains, and we're looking to avoid valleys. And it's, sometimes it's one of the things you don't, I'm starting to understand why now, but it's one of the things you don't need to understand, just do it.
Build pyramids, don't build valleys.
That's it, okay. Yes, don't dig valleys, that's the
All right.
5-4.
Okay, so and a 6 now, and Eric's got a chance of
turning this around.
Yeah, or at least running off the gammon, that's for sure.
Okay.
So it's how many, if obviously not in this position, but before this position, when it was the standard, how many percent did you say for the standard four checkers?
I would say about 50%.
50, is that all?
I
right.
think so.
Wow.
I think it goes from 15 to 35 to 50.
50.
50.
Right. And that's 4.
With 4.
That's 4.
4-5. 4-1.
Double 6 would make life fun. It hasn't rolled it. 4-1.
Now, if white ever is thinking of redoubling, it is this is a score where it's a 25% take point. Again, if assuming there are no gammons involved, if this becomes a race, the take point is about 25%. So you can double more aggressively in a race, or hopefully.
But I suspect if it is gammonish, you perhaps sold onto the cube.
Oh, right. You don't want to, because otherwise you're throwing away your gammons. You're risking things unnecessarily.
Well, this is interesting. I wonder, after the speed these two have been playing, and that's the time when they've decided to slow down and take the time.
Not on those double 4s and double 2s.
Okay, so Eric just plays as safely as possible now, hoping on the off chance of a double 6, but more importantly, hoping now that he has saved the gammon, which was a big danger a while ago.
Right.
But a well-timed double 6 would make us all. I think it's still time to play safe. Yeah.
Double 2.
So that's this. As mountain builders will
look at that, you approve, right? There's the
approve of Neculai's style, whether it was accidental or not, but he did it.
It is
right. I don't see
the Michi Pagoda.
Yes, I don't see
now there, on the other hand, is not such a mountain.
No.
5-4.
5-4. You see why you want to mount it is because you don't want the awkward 6-5 with the 5-4, which is just so destructive in those kind of positions.
4-3.
This should go. This should only be 1 point, hopefully. Sorry, single game.
Yeah.
And we'll still have plenty of backgammon left.
5-3. 4-1.
Just bring it.
You're not losing pips by bringing it home safely, and you might even slow red down. By so let's say.
Good tip.
Let's say the next roll was a 6-1 or something. If you weren't back there, they could play the 6 off and slot the 1.
Yeah.
Yep. 4-1. Case in point.
Yes.
Right. You slowed red down by staying back, and it didn't cost you any pips.
I think it's time.
Now it's time to go. I have a rule for that.
Good. I'm interested. I'm asked that by some of the people
it's very easy.
Coach with. Okay.
Wait until 8.
Wait until 8.
9 is fine. You can stay back with 9.
9 is
but
fine.
Wait until 8. Now, you might leave even early. You might even leave before then if you've got no board that can win. If hitting a shot doesn't win for you, you may want to leave earlier than with 8 checkers left. But generally, 8 is a safe.
Wait until 8.
Yeah.
Right. Good. Thank you. So wait until 8, and that's so you don't.
You can stay back.
Counter, and that's almost irrelevant where they are in the board.
Well, obviously, it's if you have outside checkers to move in, you can still stay back. But as soon as it's going to start costing you chances of getting off the gammon, you know, like you got a checker on the 7 point, and you just rolled a 5-2, you could bury it, but waste a lot of pips coming in, or you could run out and try not get gammoned. And I'd say if you had 9 checkers left, you can if you've got a decent board.
As I announced at the start of this this commentary, we're newfound friends. So I'm asking my new friend if I can steal that off him.
Oh, please!
Thank you. 9 is fine, and wait until 8. So everybody working with me will be hearing that constantly.
Yeah.
It's a great.
And this is the typical thing where all those checkers are on the 2 and the 3 point.
Yeah.
I mean, if the checkers are on the 5 and 6 point, well, you can wait longer. But the thing is, once they're down to 8. They have a real chance of getting off in 3 rolls, getting all their checkers off in 3 rolls. With 9, they kind of need 4 rolls. So it's sort of a critical.
Okay, so this is a strong double and a pass. I think that was pretty straightforward at this score. But now we're now at what the positions that I like to get excited about and talk about. And 4 away, 3 away. It's not the famous one of the 4 away, 2 away that is extremely aggressive, but in fact, I actually would use the word extremely. The actual words I do use with the people I coach, we'll have a laugh with because they know the actual word I do use with them, and it's extra. I won't repeat it, or I might even repeat Cecilia's super duper because she's a lady. And all I want from the people I work with is they remember exactly how aggressive they should be at needs 4, needs 2. A quick story: I in the days I was unknown in the backgammon world, I played Bob Wachtell, and when he doubled at needs 4, needs 3, needs 2 against me on the first roll, I was honoured that he considered me worthy of it. So needs 4, needs 3, you still have to be extremely aggressive when you need 4 and surprisingly careful when you need 3. So just learn those scores off by heart. The 3 scores, I like you to forget about working them out. Just be aware of them. Needs 4, needs 3, be extremely aggressive. Needs 3, needs 2, be extremely very aggressive. And needs 4, needs 2, be super duper
aggressive.
And I hope Cecilia's listening because that's her cleaning me up, cleaning my language up.
Nothing wrong with super duper.
Exactly. So just be aware of those scores.
Here we are 4 away.
Yeah.
This is a perfect time to do this. This might have this.
So what's happened is doubled, and so you see this I think would be a take, but at this score we have to think about it. And so subconsciously, even though I know he's not a theoretical student of the game, Neculai, experience has got him a long way. Experience. Neculai's been playing backgammon years, and he's aware of these things. So needs 4, needs 3, be careful. We're now at needs 3, and both sides should be slightly more aggressive than normal, but it's one of the very difficult scores, I feel. How do you feel really on top of it?
I would agree. I agree. I think needs 3, needs 4 in non-gammonish positions can be a little confusing if you're if you're the 3 away player, but
3-2.
If it's gammonish, it becomes less confusing.
Yes, it's easier.
Double 3.
All right, 3 away, 3 away.
For
off to a
good
start. Yeah, that nullifies that 2 point by putting.
It was, but do you think so? You thought it was clear, the double three?
No, but I wouldn't object to my partner making that
yeah,
play.
I'm with you there.
My first thought was, you know, the
Insta-board.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this, and
this is reasonable.
This is more than reasonable, but I think it's a take. Well done. So we're going to get the answer in no less than 3 games time now. So it's 4-1. So big advantage here now. Oh, bigger and bigger advantage to Neculai.
3-4.
8-1, I suppose.
Yeah. You know, white is already reduced to playing to avoid the gammon, I'm afraid. Oh, he takes these.
I wonder what the motivation for that one was. Maybe to trap him, to entice him to leave more shots. I don't know. The only problem with an enticement play is it only works if your opponent falls for it.
Exactly.
Double 3.
I like I say, I played Neculai about 8 years ago. Big improvements. It's big improvement. He's learned from experience.
2-1. Double 3.
Okay, still tough for white. I really do think white is reduced to just avoiding the gammon here.
Right.
Hoping for a double 1. He can't do anything brave.
2-1.
Ooh.
Well, I think you have to do that.
Yeah.
And if
a dance throw by double 1 might make things interesting.
Dancing even a single one, I wonder.
5-3.
Like if you'd rolled a 1 here, would you have advanced? Would you have taken that chance against the 5-point board?
Yes.
Because you could upgrade to the 2-point anchor. You could escape a checker. You might hit that other block.
Yeah.
Here, this is the position.
Yeah,
now is the time, even though
it's dangerous, you still have to go.
Like, well, this is to get him gammon. But I agree with moving.
Yes, I do.
Chance. And
you go for it. You go for it. There's no question that this is an easy play. Actually, it's surprising. Of all the plays that exactly of all the aggressive players Neculai do, and he's not going to do it when he actually thinks about it. He's not quite. So
Look at that. You want a gammon here. That's gammons are valuable. Yeah, I mean, even at DMP, I make that point.
Yes, absolutely.
2-6.
Oh, and he may pay the price.
He may pay the price. Look at that.
Oh no, he didn't. These two guys can play. They can roll.
Yeah, they can. Wow.
5-2.
2-5. He's still in better.
He's got a lot more life than he had before. My gosh. Now a loose hit. Okay, well.
Neki would have been nice. I'd like to see Neculai pay the price for his weak play, but the weak play before, because it's really interesting that his natural play is so strong, and when he stopped and thought about it, he was in a much weaker position.
Well, maybe he should keep playing quickly.
Yes, exactly. No, I agree. That's kind of what I'm saying. Play 5-4. Okay.
Oh my gosh, we have a game here. We have a real race here.
Okay, so absolutely everybody needs to know why or to myself just thought the hitting from 62 was just not even a consideration.
5-1.
It was just so easy, and then the race is straightforward as well. Look, think about the ones, you know.
And I would have slotted the 3.
Yeah, just every little play, every little tiny bit matters. So come on, let's roll a big. No. We got excited for a second, but I think we need to be rolling big quickly.
By the way, I take that back. I'm not sure I would have slotted the 3. I mean, I think he needed the pips to come in.
Right.
The 3s repair themselves because of this checkers on the 6. But still, you think?
Yeah, you think.
Give it a few seconds of thinking.
Play accurate. That's the thing.
3-1.
Okay, and just when it got close, Eric stopped rolling. So it's now very likely. Oh, that's it. So it's now 10-8. Eric has got to win the next 2 games, or Neculai wins the trophy. and it's almost that gammons don't count, basically. It is the situation we're in.
That's right.
This is Crawford.
All right, treat it as DMP, unless maybe backgammons show up towards the
Yes,
end, right?
Now that would be a way to win the title, or that would be a way to win the title spectacularly. Okay, so we're now 10-8 to Neculai. One more game wins, he wins the title, and Eric needs to win the next 2 games. So let's slow down a bit, boys, and see how we go. 2-1. 4-2. And White wants an advanced anchor here, and the 3-point is going to be good at second. Not the best, but better than nothing.
By the way, this was a 11-point match, so they started with how much on their clock?
33 minutes. So Neculai has used almost 10%.
The other's out of 26.
Just too slow. He's used almost a quarter of his time.
This was actually it was 11-point match, and they were given triple.
They were given an extra 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes move, 3 minutes move. They obviously haven't used it. The reason is we're trying to give Eric a fair chance, being a registered blind player. So
okay.
And he's doing well. So that's why, and also to give his opponent, the slight with things being slightly different, playing slightly different, to give his opponent a bit more time as well.
2-3.
Okay, so 3-2. They're still both rolling top stuff. 2-1. But Neculai is very much in control of this game, so something needs to happen.
You are out.
What's Neculai on right now? Sorry, excuse me, Coach. That was a professional commentary. 4-2. So he's now got a broken 5'. So this is strong position now for Red. Red just wants to ease this one home if he can. Okay, and Eric's going for it. He's not sitting back, which is admirable. Okay, nice play, Eric. I wouldn't be surprised with the hit play after his last play. Yeah. I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to create
1-3 back here.
Yes. Turn this around. Okay.
4-1.
The 4 needs to come out, right?
I don't know whether you can resist the 5 points.
Maybe. I was focused on getting that checker out.
So there's interesting players going on here. I'm not quite sure what they're aiming for. So 1-6. I think he has to come out. We can't afford. I don't think
I don't understand that one.
No.
6-5.
Okay, so if
He's
Eric
got a
rolls
lot
a
of
4
woods
or
to
a
get.
6,
that's why one of the reasons you come out with the 6.
Yeah, you've got to respect broken 5 primes.
The worst enemy could be you.
And when I was saying that he had to make the 5 point, I think I might have,
my first thought was like, maybe the 5 point was right.
And look at this now. And this, sadly, it's looking very terminal after that roll.
Not much to do here. Then 5-1.
Yeah. He's just got to keep as much contact as he can possibly hope for. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, I'm afraid. 4-1.
6-5.
6-5. More or less.
2-3.
3-2. I really think that Red should just play safely here now. Well, let's say a double 4 here to try and liven things up a bit.
That first 4 is important, just to give some breathing room. You just
That's right.
can't afford to get. You play 13 to 6. You're just asking your
absolutely.
position to get crunched.
No, you really don't do
You're
that.
not afraid of getting gammoned. Yeah, do
Exactly.
D4.
That's it.
fine.
Nice play, Eric.
Duplicate the ones.
Both these players can play backgammon. It's nice to see.
Now 4, and you have some defensive potential. You missed it.
Oh, it's not even 5-2. You can't even play 5-2.
Just have to run the 3-point.
Yeah.
Now they're playing who can touch the 9-point west.
4-2.
4-2. Interesting. I think I would just make the 2-point.
Okay, to me.
Let's see a double 4.
First.
Okay, well, let's just bring the race very close now.
Yes.
So we'll just let's throw a double 4 and make it interesting for the crowd. 4-2. Just bring one in. Connects to builder.
Give him the 4-5 shot.
It's your turn.
4-3.
I keep him right.
3-1.
Okay. Oh, what was that for?
I don't know. Someone has to explain that to me one day.
There's no point in that play.
6-5.
Okay, so obviously the reason was for the play was because Neculai realizes that his main method of winning is just to bring this home safely, but it was no safer playing that way than just the normal way. Okay, so now he's got a difficult 6-point to clear, so there's still a chance. 5-2. We just stay for one more.
I think so.
Stay for one more and keep a 5-point board, because this is the.
You don't have enough of a race.
This is our best chance here. No, and that's a really great throw.
Yeah.
So it's looking good for Neculai, and the roll is 5-4.
5-3.
So 5-3 is just going to play safe.
Double 3.
But really, there's still some racing chances, probably more than hitting chances here.
Yeah, decision at least.
4-2. Okay, so there is some chances here for red with a big number.
Yeah,
Well, it's got to go anyway.
Literally his
his
worst. He
yeah.
was forced out with the 5 and followed by this.
4-2.
All right.
So we need some big numbers now, Eric, to make this interesting.
And it is no longer interesting.
Let's just pinch the pip there. 5-1. It's coming up. Well, we need something quickly, Eric. 3.
6-2.
6-2. Now it's
4-3.
4-3, 2 off. So we want red to be rolling.
5-4.
This looks good enough.
4-1.
Okay, 4-1. We're in the last chance saloon now for Eric.
6-1.
Okay, that's more or less it now.
6-4.
Yep.
And we have a new champion.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you for the game.
Okay, so congratulations to Neculai and Eric finishing in second place. And